And joining us now here on the Kenny and JT Show on WHBC from Goodyear, Arizona, the spring training home of your Cleveland Guardians, first baseman Bobby Bradley. Bobby, thanks for making time for us. Let's jump in real quick. We have limited minutes with you because you got to get out and start hitting some balls and fielding some balls and all that. So what was the offseason like for you preparing for a starting job for the Guardians this year, but also not knowing when the season would start? How weird was that?
It was definitely weird, and just especially like around the time that players generally start coming out to Arizona around the beginning of February. We usually have our off seasons pretty scheduled out to like be leaving and getting ready for that day. But once that hit, it's just kind of like, all right, what do we do now? And then now we just got to find different ways to stay active. You know, if that's just going out to the park with some buddies and throwing a ball, or hitting in the cages, trying to find a machine, different things like that.
Bobby, how have things changed for you personally? You know, for years, Kenny and I would come out to Goodyear. We hear about this prospect, Bobby Bradley. You're no longer a prospect. You're firmly entrenched. Now you're basically like an upperclassman. How are things changed now when you come into camp?
It's just, you know, coming in knowing I have a job to do and a job to protect. I'm not trying to look at it as that it's mine already, but I'm still trying to earn it and keep that everyday spot just to keep a little bit of that competitive edge.
I'm looking at the numbers from last year. 74 games are on the bottom of the screen, 16 bombs, 41 ribbies. I'm guessing you're hoping that that number increases the amount of games because the more at bats you get, the more comfortable you get at the big league level, whether it's a righty or a lefty on the hill, right?
Right, that's correct. Just the experience is key in these situations, and especially with our young team, everybody's going to get a lot of it, and it's going to be a really good season for all of us.
Where's the best place to hit a home run at?
Home, really. The way that crowd gets behind you when you're just performing general at home, just the way our fans get behind us is the best thing ever.
Going back to last year, Bobby, what did you learn about yourself, good and bad, that you liked, but you said, man, okay, if I'm going to stay up here and I want to play every day, I got to do this better. Where were you on those things?
It's just, you know, just finding those consistent routines that you can complete like day in and day out, not having a like completely extensive schedule that's going to tire you out and things like that. But just, but from what I liked, it's just that energy coming out, playing every day, happy to play. And just, I have to tell myself, don't get too excited and don't try to do too much. Just play your game, play within yourself.
Bobby, what goes on at first base that we don't see on television or we don't get to hear on the radio when, let's say, somebody either walks or gets on base? Who talks the most trash out of anybody in our division?
There's not really much trash talkers.
Come on, man.
At least not to me, things like that. But like guys get on first, I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Just, you know, being new to the league, just trying to get to know everybody, really, just saying hi, what's up, like kind of introducing myself, just things like that.
Sean Casey, I'm sure you know the name, former Indians first baseman, Reds first baseman. He was known as the mayor because he would hold court there at first base. You know, I don't know if he studied you know, the other team's media guide or something like that to drop bits of knowledge. You want to get in some of these guys' heads, maybe? You want to go that route and study some of the media personal stuff, or no?
I mean, you could, but there's also like a spot where that could take away from the game, you know, just preparing for the game, things like that. And especially at the role that I'm in now, I want to use that time to, you know, study my pitchers and things like that and get ready for at-bats.
How'd you stay ready? How did you stay ready in this offseason? I mean, no one knew what was going on. Heck, we didn't even know if we were going to have baseball. Where did you work out?
It was definitely tough. I mean, I just kind of went hitting the cages, you know, as much as I could. Just tried to stay active as much as I could. I would go work out in the mornings, you know, hit by the afternoon, and I would try to find some ground balls somewhere just to stay active.
Did you have a place to go that was for like the little leaguers where you went and you hit balls, or were you able to go to a college, a professional place? Where'd you go?
So I would go down to Baton Rouge like once a week or 1 week out of the month, every month during the off season. So I would hit down there at Traction or at LSU a couple times. I hit down there. But as far as back home, we had some cages, you know, that we that are opened up while we were growing up. and they were very nice and let me use the cages when I needed them, when I wanted, things like that.
Yeah, you're a big leaguer now. You're a major leaguer. They're happy to have you there. Bobby Bradley joining us here on the Kenny and JT Show, a Guardians first baseman. Bobby, a lot of you guys, as you mentioned, young guys emerging, trying to earn the spot, be the everyday guy. How much pressure do you feel being a power hitter in that to help a Jose Ramirez, a Franmil Reyes, guys that have established themselves? Because we hear this team's, strength is pitching. The offense has to come along. So how do you handle that pressure? And give me your thoughts on that.
Just try not to see it as pressure, but that's what I was saying. Just trying to play as comfortable as possible and not try to put any outside or extra pressure to perform on myself or on anybody else. We just want to, get up there and do a job. It doesn't necessarily mean we have to get a hit every time, but let's say if like there's a runner on second with less than two, just getting them over. That could be a ground ball to the right side, a fly ball to right, right center, right field, things like that. And we just want to like encourage that and just get it to the next guy and don't try to put it all on yourself.
Go ahead, JT. And then I got one more and we got to let him go.
I was just going to say, it's nice to have such a young team, energetic, a lot of chemistry. And what we hear the word all the time in professional sports is not just chemistry, but we hear culture a lot too. And we weren't sure of the other team right across the way there if they were going to have a great season, and they had a breakout season. Young team in the Cavaliers, kind of like the Guardians right now. You guys get along well as a team, don't you?
Yeah, we do. We all have a good time in the locker room, out on the field, things like that. We're always having a good time.
All right. In honor of March Madness in the Final Four, we're ending these interviews with your favorite four. I'm going to give you 4 different topics. You give me your favorite in that topic. All right.
All right.
Favorite band, musical artist, musician, whatever that would be.
Kevin Gates.
All right. Let's go with favorite TV show, or for the younger generation, that would be you and kids younger than you, streaming service. What show?
Blacklist.
Oh, yeah. I love The Blacklist, man. Yeah, very, very good show. Favorite movie of all time?
Four Brothers.
Four Brothers. All right, and food. What are you eating if you're having a big meal and it's your favorite meal on a good off day or whatever it is? What are you eating?
Good steak and potatoes with some corn.
Oh, look at that, old fashioned
Chicago
steak and
guy.
potatoes guy.
You think just because he's a Chicago guy, he's going to say deep dish, right?
Yeah. I'm sure he's had plenty of those. Yeah. Hey, Bobby, thanks for the time. Good luck this year. Look forward to talking to you throughout the season. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bobby Bradley checking in with us here on the Kenny and JT Show. Back with more right after this. Thanks, Bobby.
Thanks,
Thank
brother.
you. Have a good one.
Good luck.
Thank you.